Epiphyllums are tropical cactus that are also known as orchid cactus, climbing cactus, leaf cactus, epi cactus, or just epis. Hi, this is Ruchi, and let's talk about propagating and caring for these epiphyllums. So epiphyllums are grown for their beautiful, big, showy flowers. These flowers come in many different colors: red, yellow, pink, magenta, white. Some of them are fragrant and some of them just open at night just for a few hours. These plants are epiphytic, that means they grow on top of other plants, and they also like shade. So in natural environment, they grow on top of the trees in crevices. So, I mean, if you want to simulate the same thing, you want to put them in a hanging basket like this, which is under a tree, so it gets shade, and all these long stems, they can fall on the side. So easiest way to propagate these is to cut out a segment. They have joints. So you just break one segment, let the callus form for a few days, and then plant it in soil. So I have two orchid cactus here. This one was planted in a planter, but as you can tell, it's not doing very well. This is a magenta orchid cactus, and this I got from a friend. She has a huge orchid cactus which gets these red blooms, and this branch fell off, so she gave it to me. So this one, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to plant it as it is because it has already good roots, and hopefully in this planter, the other planter was really tiny, so hopefully it will grow better in this planter. And this one, you can tell that this is like really dehydrated. I am just going to remove these three branches separately and plant them separately. So I'm just going to cut this off and cut this other one also off. So this one has already formed the callus, and I should have cut it before. Oh, see, even this one is falling off. So I'm going to just plant them as it is. I could wait for the callus to form, but these are really badly dehydrated, so I don't want to wait any longer. So I'm just going to bury them in this planter, and this planter has regular potting soil mix, and in that I have put a lot of perlite because orchid cactus, they like well draining soil. So I have just buried about 2 to 3 inches of each of these plants. I'm going to also remove these flowers. If you just twist, they come off. They are already dried, so there's no point. And I'm going to water it thoroughly and then keep it in a shaded area for at least a week. And I'll keep watering it because these are really dehydrated. And when you are working with these orchids, just be careful of all these thorns. These are really thin, but they get into your skin very quickly. And I'll keep you posted. In a few months, you will start to see some growth. So when the new segments that develop from it, they will be really prickly. So you have to be very careful. But when they grow bigger like this, then they are not that prickly. So maybe in 6 months or so, you will start to see some real growth, and just treat it like any other plant in your garden. So the very first year you may not see any flowers because maybe the plant is too young, it is not root bound. It blooms best when it is root bound. Like for me, I started with these stems 2 years ago. So the very first summer it didn't bloom, but then the second summer, look at this, it is blooming so beautifully. So it took me 2 years from these stems to come to this stage, and that also means it took me 2 years to produce this video. But I wanted you to see every stage of the progress of the plants starting from stems. So they like to be in shade because afternoon sun can actually scorch these segments, and water them once a week. They are drought tolerant. If you see that the stems are shriveling, that means they need water. If you see that the stems are becoming yellow, they are getting too much water. And if you see brown spots on these stems, that means the sun is too harsh for them. So if you see any of those symptoms, you may want to correct the issue there. You don't need to prune it unless it is just growing too tall and you want to make sure that it is not in your way, but otherwise you don't need to prune it. As far as fertilizer is concerned, again, they are very easygoing plants. You don't need to fertilize, but maybe in spring you can fertilize it with a slow releasing general purpose fertilizer. And that's about it. So it's a very easy to grow, maintenance free plant. You just have to keep it in shaded area, water it once in a while, and let it root bound for the best blooms, and it will just keep giving you flowers year after year. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.